This video was brought to you by Stormberg, a better route planner, MisterGreen, Kempower and Marcus Bil. Yo, what's up? This is a Hyundai Ioniq 6 and in this video we're gonna review the interior, and I will also try to put baby stuff in there and see how good is it as a regular car and then how good is it as a family car. So this car actually has a front. Let me show you. Voila, you actually have struts on each side to hold up the hood. Also very nice bonus. And then here you see the front is big enough to hold the cables. Also wait, what is this? I think this is the shock adapter, tire mobility kit. And also this is, for you guys who haven't seen it before, it's the vehicle to load adapter. Yes, it actually, I tested it. It can actually take 16 amp continuous load. We tested some charging today, so that's pretty cool. And then this car doesn't have any kick sensor, but it has this smart trunk opening. We enable it in the car, and then you're supposed to stand in the back here for around 3 seconds and it will detect it and open it for you. I haven't figured out how to make it work, so it's a bit clumsy, but we're just gonna open it the regular way. So yes, we have this I don't know what you call it. It's not the hatch opening, that's a big door opening. So that is a little bit limited, but at least this car has 1,500 kilograms of towing capacity. The back looks like this. Strangely enough, the levers to pull the, to fold the seats are in the trunk. Some people say it's because of safety. I'm not really buying it, but okay. So it is a little bit sparse in the back here. No 12-volt outlet. We have at least one light there. Okay, the top here is covered with carpets. I like it, but yeah, somewhat limited space. So we will see once you put the baby stuff in there how it fits. But I'll show you now under here. Okay, this is just the carpet, and then you can open up this one, and you actually have even more space here, but not that much. I guess, you know, this is rear-wheel drive, so part of the drivetrain is occupying space here. So the first thing to do is to see if it fits in here without having to take these wheels, and it will indeed fit. You can just, many ways to fit this, but if you put it like this, and then you take the seat pack, and yeah, you can actually fold this to be even smaller, but you know, lazy mans or quick in and out, I try to use this folding method so I don't have to do too much. And you see, it actually fits fine, but barely. And then you can have a little bit more equipment in here. Or if you want to go on a long trip, what you can do then, you can take off the wheels and you can fold this better, and then that frees up a lot of space. But for day-to-day driving, when going to the grocery shop or shopping mall, then I just want to have it in the semi folded position like this. All right, let's measure everything with a laser can. And you might be wondering, how do you measure anything that small? Well, me as an Asian, I tell you that everything is possible to measure as long as you have the right tool. So let's see. The trunk here is, it's 107 centimeters deep. Okay, that's deep. The width here is 105 centimeters. That's decent. Height here, though, I guess you have to look at some, okay, the tallest part is around 45 centimeters, but you also have some not so tall parts that are around 41 centimeters only. And then the opening here is also somewhat limited, 45 centimeters roughly. And the loading height here, whoa, is around, wait, I have to go a little bit higher, around 75 centimeters. So trunk here is probably one of the weakest points of this Ioniq 6, plus that you see it has this relatively small opening. It doesn't open the whole thing like many other Kombi types. And now we try to fold the seats. Just pull these two and then go in the front and then lay the seats down. And now we check how much space do we have then. So I have moved the passenger seat here to be all the way forward. Okay, we can check this. Whoa, this is, wow. It is so narrow here, the opening here. Well, okay, I tried to find a measurement roughly here-ish. Wait, there. Wow, 210 centimeters, because this is 4.85 meters long. So it's 16 centimeters longer than Model 3, just in perspective. And then this length here, oh, is going to be really low. Wow, 231 centimeters. And if you need to put something big from IKEA, whoa, yeah, if you can fit it in here though. I can show you soon why. Then you actually have whooping, well, the belt is in the way, shit. Yeah, 2.5 meters here, but with some limitations. So for large items, you see that the opening here is somewhat small compared to most other cars I've seen, which could limit what you can fit in here. For example, a bicycle might have problems fitting in here for some reason. Maybe they just have this arc here for structural rigidity for better driving performance. So I don't know really what is the reasoning behind it. And also the belt, okay, I need to move the belt, it's in the way. But if you want to put something large and long, maybe building materials, I don't know, who knows, some big furnitures that has been disassembled, then you see here that also somewhat limited space or opening really. And the seats, well, they fall fairly flat. I'll show you here. Yeah. When it comes to Isofix mounting points, not the best. You see, you have symbols here and here, okay, that's fine. But you have to poke it in here. I feel like I'm now sitting in an old Tesla. Even the newer Teslas are way better than this. But yeah, and even the Chinese cars, they have better openings. So this is semi-clumsy. I'm going to show you once we mount the Isofix base that it might not always be easy to align everything in here. But look here. You know, typically I might need to move the seat back and forth based on who's sitting in the front, and then if we want to have some baby stuff here, then we need to push the seat forward. But here we have dedicated buttons to do so. Look at that, huh? Superb. So I can just, while I'm here, I can just slide it forward without having to go in the front and do all the adjustment. This is very, very practical. I wonder if you can also disable this so that kids can't mess around with it. So let me see. Now we take the Isofix base. Okay, we put it in here. We extend the hooks. And here comes the tricky part. Because the opening here, since this is a sedan, it's not that high and tall. I'm fortunately a small Asian, so I'm able to get in here quite easy. And now I need to poke a little bit with my finger to feel where it is. Because if I try to just point it in, well, like this, then I feel like I might be intruding into the nice leather. So I don't want to, hurt anything. Fortunately, the hooks here, they're not that sharp. I've seen some other places where they might be sharp and then they could damage the leather. So now we just have to poke it in. And this is the tricky part because I might not always be able to, like that. Now I can align it, yeah. So this is also weird. Wait, let me see. Which is that it seems as if we align it according to this symbol, it might not always hit the right place. So you see, I'm actually struggling a little bit more than I usually do without, okay, there. So yes, as long as you don't take it too much in and out, then you can fit it there fairly fine. Well, I think I might want to adjust this one, but okay, whatever. For the test, it doesn't matter too much. But okay, here, and let me take this. This is something I noticed when I had load in here, meaning an 8.5 kilogram baby with some clothes, is that I lift quite heavy here, and then this part here bumps into the top because we don't have enough clearance. So I end up doing like this, put it in, and then it actually kind of works. But not optimal, but it does work. I know I'm testing so many SUVs nowadays, and now I look like a freaking giant, but it's just that the car is actually quite low. So now we need to measure the width of the seat, roughly. Okay, around 133 centimeters. That is good. When it comes to the height of the seat though, oh, not the best. I can feel it already. Let me see, roughly there. What? Let's say 30 to 31 centimeters. That is kind of shallow. Some of the best ones, they have around 35 to 37 centimeters. So now I sit a little bit like this rather than, but I can at least stretch it here. So I feel like I still have very good recline position here. It's fixed, you cannot adjust it up and down, but still okay. Here we have a little holder for some stuff. We have air vents there, that's good. 2 USB-C, that is good. And here we have a little pocket for storing stuff. And here we have a vehicle to load output. But right now, I think it is, yeah, it's locked, so you have to actually unlock it to open it. And then the vehicle to load can only be used when you are not charging, because it actually utilizes the onboard charger. But even if you're DC fast charging, you cannot use it, in the internal one. So that's a little bit clumsy, but okay. And let me show you the interior. Looks like this. It is somewhat small-ish. I mean, well, it has the length, as you see, but it just doesn't have the height. Let me explain to you what I mean. So I'm still 173 centimeters, and this must be one of the few cars where when I try to sit in the back here, or if I lean a little bit, go forward, let's say like this, you know, if I try to sit like this, it becomes too short, but I have to go like this, and then you will see that in the upright position, my head is really rubbing into the headliner, so that's not too comfortable. But if I go slightly laid back, then it actually works, and I still have just maybe a few fingers of length, I mean distance left. But I will show you what becomes kind of unpleasant is that if you want to go upright, then you get the support in the seat here. But when you go in the more laid back position, there's a little gap there. So I feel like the seat here isn't that comfortable, or it's not, rather the headroom ruins for it. Yeah, that's the problem. It's the headroom, or the lack of headroom. Well, okay, let me show you here. We have this one, middle opening, and there's a cup holder there, so that's good. No ski opening, maybe because they don't have snow in Korea. So the headrest here, they can be adjusted, all of them. That's also good. Now you get a better position. And then I can also show you here we have perforated seats. Yeah, and also if you look at the controls here, let me see. Here we have controls for heated seat, but you can also control that from the front. That's good in case someone turns on the heated seat and you want to turn them off after they leave. So when it comes to the material choice, let me show you. Hard, soft, hard. So I feel like the amount of hard material is even more than the Tesla. Like the Tesla Model 3, which is even cheaper than this one, feels more premium. Here, I'm not gonna go too much into the design and everything, but yeah, here we have a little pocket we can put stuff. Here, I guess you can also put some stuff there. I normally don't complain about this, but the door pocket here, and especially in the front, I can show you, is remarkably tight. I had problems putting my Stormbag bottle in there and some other stuff. So yeah, but at least you can put your feet under here. And here you see the the lights here. Okay, we have hooks there, that's good. And actually, this is also another thing. I have hooks in all positions except for the driver's one. Someone please tell me why many cars don't have it there, because some cars they actually have it there also. This one is a nice addition. You can adjust this up and down, the seatbelt. Not every car has it nowadays. Yeah, by the way, behind this lid we have the OBD port, so I connected my OBD Link LX. And then here we have Car Scanner, which is an app where you can read lots of useful car information. We can see state of charge, real state of charge, voltage, battery temperature. So very useful if you're a nerd and you are into this stuff. And then, yeah, let me show you here. So we have a Bose system. Yeah, so just to show you that this is not original. By the way, the mobile holder here, many people ask me about it. It's from Biltema. I love it. I bought many of these. I even put some of these in Thailand. So they're super flexible. You can extend them. You can, yeah. All right. So here we have the Bose system. You can see there, Bose. And then here is the limited door pocket thing. Here we have a fairly big screen. It's actually so big that sometimes I need to adjust this. Yeah, here, so. But you see, the steering wheel is relatively large, and I can easily see the whole screen behind it. And you can choose it to show lots of information. That's pretty cool. We can actually see charging speed and remaining time, so that's also nice. We can also see percent state of charge. A small thing, though, that I have always always bothered me ever since I tried the new generation of Korean cars, is that you see that the battery icon has this lightning icon on it. To me, the lightning icon means that it's charging. Well, right now we just happen to be charging, but the lightning icon is always there, even when we are driving. So that's a bit confusing, because on a laptop and on phones, the lightning icon will only be on when you are charging. So it's a bit confusing, because that's not how the rest of the industry works, but okay, whatever, just nitpicking, all right? So here we have the infotainment system. I feel like it is old-fashioned, because this system here that you see here is more or less the same, or very, very similar to what you find in older Kias or Hyundais that are 6, 7, 8 years old, right? So they haven't really changed that, but you still have this conventional, you go home, you have, well, okay, you have this one, and then you slide here, and then you have this one, and then in order to do something, you have to either go to map, and you see it when you wait for the lag. And then this one is nice, okay, you have the swipe, and then you wait for the lag, yeah, and you wait for the choppiness. So at least it's nice that you can have something up here, and then you can have something else here. And it is also smart to figure out, to automatically switch. For example, how is this again? If you play some music, it will switch based on the content here, yeah. So it doesn't show you map and map, or music and music on the same, something like that. And you actually have some buttons here. So even though they try to make it fairly clean look without button overload, you still have some buttons, and you have the conventional air vents here and over there, just like you have seen in most other cars. But more and more cars nowadays, they tend to go over to the electronically adjusted air vents for some reason. And then we have the pedal shifters here. They are actually very nice to change region on the fly. So, and there's some buttons here, and they also have good feel on them. Maybe not the luxury feel, but at least like this one, when I scroll it, the acoustic feedback, and also the resistance and the feel on it here, it feels premium. It doesn't feel cheap. Sometimes I even feel like these input devices here feels better than on an EQS or a BMW. Yeah, it's crazy, right? We have drive mode here. You can press this button to change mode. However, it seems to have a twist thing like a Porsche, but it doesn't. Well, I know it's Porsche. Yeah. So you can only press it. The glove box is a bit different than other cars. It slides out like this. Other cars, you have a lid that opens. This one, I like it. Yeah. And it's quite spacious. You can put all your TPS reports there. And then, by the way, you might be wondering this design here. Like, why is it like this? Because you can also get the Ioniq 6 with virtual mirrors or camera mirrors, and then the side will be here, the side displays will be here and over there. I haven't seen it before. I just think I see some pictures of it. So yeah, I don't have first-hand experience with it. So yeah, here we see more of the center console. So we have wireless charging pad over there, which is nice. You can just slide it in here. So it has fairly good position, but on the other hand, a little bit open. But it has a rubberized surface, so it shouldn't slide too much. But I have experienced that it does slide a little bit from time to time if I hammer it in the curves. But it seems to fit fairly large phones at least. And then there's an icon once it charges. Wait, there. So that's good, yeah. And also this is really cool. Is it? Yeah, I like this design element. So it is yellow when it's charging, and then it turns green when it's finished. Huh? We have one USB-A there with communication. We have cup holders here. No lid or anything to close it, so that's okay. Some buttons, auto hold. They have the lock buttons here, or the child safety there. A little opening here for putting your shit. I like it. And then here we have even more space, but on the other hand, a little bit small compared to many other cars I test nowadays. Many cars, they have a freaking humongous center console. And here I can show you that I have my equipment pack with stuff like microphone, USB cables, 12 to 230 volt inverter for charging my camera. So the storm bag light here. So this is a fairly big one, and many cars with the big ones, they will actually fit in here. This one simply cannot fit because it's not that big, but you have two USB-C there. That's nice. When it comes to headroom, this car does not have the panorama roof or the glass roof, so just the regular roof. And I feel like I might have limited space. You see that I have not even a fist of clearance here, but I might have been a little bit early to jump into conclusion about tall people, because I'm trying to show you that the roof has this shape that goes up like this, but I will be typically on, yeah, oh, it's kind of hard. Everything is just so dark, and then the cameras, yeah, there. So I don't know if you see it, but it has a little dip up here. It goes a little bit higher here, and then it goes down. So it has this height right here, which is typically where you want to have your head if you are my size, my length, right? But then if you're taller, you need to go further back, and then suddenly you are in the low roof section here. So I guess if you are not sure if you will fit in the car, you should try to go to dealership and see if you fit there. Or maybe you have to go for the glass roof to get better headroom. So yeah, maybe not the best. Let me show you again. Trying to demonstrate. Okay, so if I'm sitting here, I seem to be in the open area. But if I try to go more backwards, for example, let's say I want to go all the way back. And the reason why I highlight this is because this car has somewhat limited headroom versus other cars, especially SUVs. There's so much headroom that that's not even a question. Here, yeah, this is exactly what I mean. Now I have it on the furthest back position, and I can feel it that we have more headroom here, but when I go back, we have less. So you just have to figure out if it works for you or not. And more EVs now, they have this bridge design where you have some stuff here in the, like, I don't know what you call it, the upper center console. And then you have this tray or whatever here where you can put stuff. And this is quite large. One of the larger ones, really, compared to many other cars. And also here, you also have the side barriers here, blocking stuff from falling out. But also here, we have rubberized surface, so things don't move around too much. It depends what it is. When I put some of my camera stuff, plastic surface here, it will move around when you're driving, which kind of annoys me. But you can always get this non-slip mat, and you just slap it down here, and then things shouldn't move around too much. And here you also have 12-volt outlet. So that's also nice. No USB here, which is fine. Some cars, I think it was Mercedes, they hide freaking USB ports down here and here or something. And it is so hard to find it and plug it in and unplug versus having it in more accessible places. So there you guys have it, Hyundai Ioniq 6. Now, is this the most hyped up car ever in 2023? Yes, possibly it is. But then, is it the best ever car I have ever tested? No. To be honest, no. It has some limitations, some flaws even, some shortcomings, but also it's really, really good in many ways, like the comfort, like the charging speed, like the efficiency, the space in the back. But yeah, and then how good is it for you? Then I cannot decide, because I need to know. Some people keep asking me, hey, which car should I buy? This one or that one? Model Y or Fat e-tron? You know, Model 3 or Model S or Ioniq 6? Well, if I want to tell you which car is best for you, I need to know how many kids you have, how many wives you have, where you live, where your cabin is, what your hobbies are. Do you bicycle? Do you have caravan? Where is your cabin? I need to know so much stuff. Do you play golf? What hobbies do you have? Then I can decide which car is the best for you. And also, it also boils down to taste, because some people, they love the look here. Some people, they hate the look. And then some people, they are just allergic to Tesla, and some people just love Tesla. So that's why normally when you see my videos, I will never tell you, buy this car, is perfect for you, or don't buy this car, it's not good for you. I just show you what is good and what is bad for each car, and then it's up to you to decide which one is the best. So, what do you think? Is this the best ever car made, or are there better cars out there? So that's gonna be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.